Hey sunshine, how you doing today? Welcome to my channel. My name is Nikki, and here we talk about all things motivational and encouraging, all while getting a little glam at the same time. Today we're going to be talking about how to allow yourself to be a beginner. No one starts off excellent. So grab your favorite beverage as well as your makeup for the day, and let's chat and get motivated together. And I have my coffee here today, so I'm gonna take a little sip. And starting out, I'm using the Huda Beauty Water Jelly Hydrating Primer. So yeah, you got to start somewhere. No one comes out the gate just having it all, knowing it all, and doing it all. You know, when you start learning in school, you got to start with A. And then you move on to B, C, D, all the way to Z. But you had to learn it. You didn't come in here just knowing things. So the same with your goals. Be a beginner. Don't be too proud to say, I'm just beginning. Like, you know, me in this channel, I had to be a beginner. I had to learn how to use a camera and how to sit in front of the camera and present myself in a way that's, you know, appealing to people. Not all people maybe, but some people. So I had to humble myself and know that I'm not gonna just know everything about this YouTube game. But every day I grow and I learn and I teach myself as well. So yeah, you definitely have to teach yourself if you want to be great at something. Even if you may have been raised knowing how to do certain things, you still had to start somewhere. So don't forget that starting is not necessarily a failure, but that it's a moving forward process. And to kind of go along with that, you got to know that no one starts off running before they start walking. So you got to always keep that in mind. We all got to start off crawling, really. And it may be difficult when you're older to accept that, especially if you've been doing something for so many years, and then all of a sudden that's taken away from you and you got to start all over again. Start contouring first with the Huda Beauty Tantour Contour and Bronzer Cream. I know when I finished high school, I had not a clue what I wanted to do with my life. And you know, it was disappointing. Actually, I did have a clue what I wanted to do. I wanted to go into cosmetology so bad, but it was so expensive. You know, my mom, she couldn't afford to send me there. Tried to get financial aid. Still, they took her income into consideration. So they said she made too much. I'm like, she didn't make too much. She was funding her own life. She had to, you know, work herself. So what I ended up having to do is just get a job straight out the gate. This is the Fenty concealer. So in that way, I felt like a failure because I wasn't able to accomplish my dream because I was broke. But I still haven't given up. It's still a dream in the back of my mind that I'm still working towards and taking strides for, so that eventually I'll be able to get there. So never give up on your dreams. Dreams or goals, you know, we all have them. Either to be an entrepreneur, to be a business owner, to be our own boss. We all want success now, but a lot of times it's not gonna come right away. So you just have to be patient with yourself, just patient with the process. Great things don't happen overnight, but we're in such an impatient world, especially now, that we want what we want now. Why wait? Why do I have to wait? Well, because greatness takes time. Some of the greatest people on the planet had to take time to learn their craft, to get good at it, to be great at it. And there are those rare occasions where, you know, you're born with whatever you have, whatever talent that you have, but you still have to hone it and improve it in order to be great. Michael Jackson, the greatest entertainer, the greatest dancer, you know, that, you know, so many people have emulated throughout the years. He still had to take time and practice. It wasn't like, you know, he just woke up and knew all his moves immediately. Everything he did, he practiced, and he practiced hard. And at one point, he was a beginner. but we see how he grew and became the most emulated man on the planet. One of the most emulated men on the planet. And I'm sure it was a lot of pressure on him, you know, to be great. That's not an easy task to take on, to be the greatest at something. But it is good that you do focus on your one goal, because if not, you become a jack of all trades and a master of none. That's kind of been the issue that I've dealt with, you know, throughout the years, is that there's so many things that I'm interested in and that I've kind of put effort in, but I haven't become a master of any of it. Because I'm so fickle, I'm just all over the place with things sometimes. And so you just have to learn how to hone your energy into what's that one thing that you wake up and think about every day. What really motivates you? What drives you? What's something that people even compliment and say, hey, you know, you should do that for a living. I would invest in that, or I would buy that. What is that one thing? And we all have one thing, really. But again, you have to recognize it and you have to put effort into it, because it's not going to happen on its own. You're not going to be great at it if you don't practice. So that takes me to my next point, is practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect, and practice takes effort. And so many times we don't want to put in the effort because that's just too hard. You know, you may have to wake up early and go to bed late. You may have to sweat. You may have to cry. It's just so much that goes into practicing whatever you're hoping to do. Yeah, again, I mean, you know, to be great at something takes practice, takes learning. Again, you can't be too proud and say, I already know how to do that. Nobody can teach me how to do that. I'm the greatest at it. No, because again, even the greatest ones, they have to practice. And there's so many tools at our fingertips now to help us to learn in order so that we can practice. We got Google, we got YouTube, we've got different platforms that, you know, that could teach you. There's so many things online. You don't even have to go anywhere anymore. It's hardly the case that you have to go to college anymore. Not that I'm discrediting college, but to spend tons of money on an education that you could probably just get through the internet. I mean, sure you may not have the diploma or the certificate, but even then, you can still get a certificate online for whatever it is that you wish to do. So look into it and see, hey, is this something that you don't have to necessarily spend thousands and thousands of dollars on to learn to do? There's things like Udemy or Udemy, I'm not sure how you say it, but it's spelled Udemy. And there's online instructors there, different courses you could take. Some of them only cost about $9, $10. And you can choose how long you want to use the program. And this is not sponsored, but this is something that, you know, my husband, he's told me about. And I've looked into a couple of things, and I'm contemplating starting a program to learn how to be an entrepreneur, business marketing, things like that, so that you can be your own boss. That's my goal. To be my own boss, because nobody wants to have everything dictated to them their whole entire life, especially when you feel like you know more than, you know, the people that are supposed to be your boss. So again, practice makes perfect, and you can't be afraid to fail. You know, sometimes the first time you're not gonna get it straight out the gate, but failure should not stop you from moving forward. You know, anytime you fall, you don't just sit there and say, oh well, I'm never gonna get back up again. I'm just gonna sit here until I die, pretty much. No, you get up, you dust yourself off, and you keep on moving, you keep going forward. And that's the same thing with any kind of goals that you have, any dreams that you have. You may stumble a few times, you may fall, but don't give up. You've got to keep on going. You got to keep pushing yourself to just keep moving forward. A lot of times I felt like just giving up on whatever, giving up on myself. Like, you can't do that, because you're not going to be happy in the long run. You're just going to be a miserable ball of just depression, really, sitting in your house, not doing anything, not going anywhere, just, my dreams are done, I can't do it, I quit. No, that's not the thing. And it doesn't matter how old you are. Again, you're never too old to learn something new. I don't care what it is. There's so many people that have gone to college in their 50s and 60s, 40s, and, you know, had a whole family, got kids, got grandkids, but they still had a dream, and they went for that dream once they were able to. They may not have been able to when they were in their teens and their 20s, you know, they may not have been able to afford it. Their family may not have been able to afford to send them somewhere to accomplish their dreams, but they worked hard, they pushed. They didn't allow any excuses to prevent them from going after their dreams. And you can't either, you know. What is it again that motivates you? What drives you? What keeps you going every day? Utilize that and just keep pushing forward. And again, you may have to start all over in life. You may have to start all over in your goals and your dreams. But again, just don't give up, because it's so worth it. You know, if you started a project a year ago and you're still, you know, working on it now, it's better than if you had never started that project at all. You know, you think of how far you've come from then to now, and how much further you have to go until that dream's accomplished, until, you know, you've gone past the breaking point and you've hit that success point. So again, just think of things that you may have, you know, stopped, that you're like, oh man, I need to go back and start that again, because you never know where it'll take you. You never know where it'll take you. All right, so I'm going into the PML palette again today. And I'm gonna try to just play with some colors. There were so many that are calling my name. I did brown last time. I think I'll try pinks, pinky and mauves. Ooh, this is pretty. I'm gonna do a one and done kind of shade today. I was watching my girl Kinky Sweat. If you haven't heard of her, she's a YouTuber and she reviews eyeshadow palettes on her channel. And she gets in depth with it. But yeah, I was trying to find motivation on how to utilize this palette, and the way she presented it, it was like so easy. She said all these shades, you can just do one and be done. Yeah, she just does a one and done type of thing with her shadows, with this shadow. So you could have like 18 looks with this whole palette. Another thing that you can't be afraid of is to ask for help, especially if it's something that you've never done before, or if the task is overwhelming and it becomes something that, you know, you can't do on your own. Don't be afraid to ask someone who's been there, who's done it, who's succeeded. You know, you may have to look up the person, or you may know them and you may not realize that, you know, they've been through the same things you're going through in reaching their dreams. But find someone who's willing and able to help you out, that'll keep you motivated, that'll keep you accountable for just keeping in stride with your goals and your dreams. Because sometimes, you know, you can't do it on your own. Of course, we want to be our own bosses and be our own entrepreneurs and things like that, but sometimes it does take a team to accomplish the dream. You can quote me on that. It takes a team to accomplish the dream. And they may not necessarily have to be involved every step of the way, but just in helping you stay motivated. And, you know, my teammate, my husband, he's awesome. Hi, honey, if you're watching this. He's so awesome. He really helps me to stay humble, to stay grateful for what I've got, and to keep pushing towards my dreams. And, you know, I try to do the same for him, because he's got things he wants to do as well. So we really work together as a team to help each other out. And if you don't have a spouse, you can call your siblings, your best friend, your mom, your dad, whoever you trust, whoever you can trust that you know will help you get there. I think I'll put a little sparkle in up here, whatever that thing's called. If you're liking what you see so far and what you're hearing so far and you're brand new here, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Subscribe and join the crew. There'll be so much more encouraging information coming through this channel. So be here to witness it, to witness the growth. Help me to grow. I'm asking for help. We all need help every now and again. Get my highlighter here from Oprah. What is this? Ofra. This is in Star Island. Ew. Take a little fluffy brush. Look at that shine. And the biggest takeaway that I want you to take from this video today is to don't give up. Don't give up. I'm not giving up, and I won't give up for you. Don't give up for yourself, because You'll probably regret it if you do. You'll probably be like, a year ago, if I'd have started my goals, my dreams, I'd be here right now. You know, if I'd started my channel last year, I'd have so many thousands of subscribers by now. If I had went for my dream job a year from now, I could be the boss, I could be the manager, I could be whoever I want to be. If you start, you have to start, and you have to keep going. So set little goals each day, because little steps bring about big change. Don't try to take them. Don't take giant leaps before you've learned, again, to walk. You got to walk. You got to take one step at a time. Taking my setting spray, the best setting spray on the planet, in my opinion. Alright, I'm going to finish the rest of my eyes. I'm going to put my mascara and lashes on, and I'll be right back with my final thoughts. Alright, that is all for today's video. I thank you so much for tuning in today and sitting and chatting with me and getting a little glam as well. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you find value in this channel and in my content, please don't forget to subscribe. Hit that thumbs up button if you like it, and share if you care. And as always, I appreciate you and send you love and light. And until next time, keep on shining.